Welcome back to the final hiatus episode of Talk Dead to Me for the foreseeable future. I am your host, Johnny Odell. I am the social media manager for The Walking Dead. With me, as always, is Skybound Games producer Woody Tondorf. Alexandra is not here this week. She has a little-known thing that doctors are calling the coronavirus. But what we do have in her place is our new Skybound Walking Dead social media intern, Brooke. Brooke, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Are you impressed with this $1 million studio?
Yeah, I didn't know you guys had like a whole swimming pool in here. That's pretty sick.
It is, and it's also very dangerous, but...
I mean, it's salt water, so we do put a fair amount of carnivorous fishes in it, but
sure,
you know, it just makes you swim faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just watch your step. All right, so what we're going to be talking about on this last hiatus episode is The Walking Dead 10B. We're going to give you a quick 10A recap. We're going to talk about some news, and we're going to get you excited for the back half of the season. So, very exciting things. Woody, are you excited?
Oh, words can hardly describe. We are so close, I can taste it.
Oh, wow. You have a bead of sweat. Just
I know.
Did you just run a 5K? Was that when you left?
I was swimming in the pool.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Yeah. I noticed the bite marks. All right. Make sure you guys subscribe to us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. Rate us 5 stars. If you're listening to this on YouTube, congrats. You've mastered technology. Just make sure to like and subscribe to us there. And let's get into some quick news.
News break.
News break. All right, so this week we didn't really have any big headlines, but we did get 2 trailers. One kind of vague. It was like a red artsy trailer where we saw a bunch of characters. A lot of fans were freaking out because we heard Michonne screaming, and that's not good because we know that she leaves this season, so that can be scary.
Screaming is always scary. I got a real Red Dead Redemption meets the WWE vibe to it.
Oh, yes. Now we'll have both brands coming for us. All right, the second trailer that we actually got this week is a much more comprehensive trailer where we got a lot of new footage, things that we hadn't seen before, including a scene where we saw Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Eugene on the road, which, if you're a comic fan, means we could be getting closer and closer and closer to the princess, which has already been confirmed she'll be here later this season. So, Brooke, what were your thoughts on that trailer?
I thought it was pretty cool. I definitely picked up on the princess vibe, so
Yes.
I'm very excited for that, if that is what it looks like it's going to be. So,
Absolutely. Woody, any takeaways from this trailer?
I got to applaud Eugene's desire to really stick to that Rick Grimes light hat. He's going with the look, but then you see him in that climactic looks like a 300 type fight, and he doesn't have the hat, and I'm just picturing him wearing it to the battle, and they're like, Eugene, bud, come on,
And
leave it, okay.
He also has that really long rat tail, which is I think some people will be into.
The Padawan braid.
I'm not among them, but you do you, Eugene. He's going for, and just for people at home, that is a comic thing that Eugene annoyingly does in the comics as well. So, I mean, it's a fashion trend. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's having his hot Eugene summer.
Yeah. Oh, and we also got another tease of Michonne with Two Seal. What do you think about that?
Horse shit.
Okay.
All smoke and mirrors. That's something that they shot somewhere. When you saw Rogue One and they have that bit with Jyn Erso in the TIE fighter uniform with that cool 90s hip hop thing around her, and then that shit was never in the film. It's gonna be like that.
Oh, what a specific take.
I just love that shot. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for that. And the whole movie went by. I'm like, this is fine, but when? Never.
All right, perfect.
Spoiler, I guess.
All right, well, before we jump into 10B, we're going to give you a quick 10A recap. And before we do that, we're going to let Brooke get back to work. Brooke, thanks for hopping in here for a second.
yes, it's been great. Thank you.
Yes, watch your step.
Yeah, I'll try not to fall in the pool.
Please don't fall in the pool. Okay. Thanks, Brooke.
Thanks for stopping by the program. We'll see you next time.
You did a great job.
Thank you. Goodbye.
So Brooke's a robot? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's the podcast money allows us to afford a life model decoy.
Yes.
Of Brooke.
Very realistic. Brooke's great. All right, so there's a lot of TV shows out there, and, we've been catching up on Oscar movies, so it's kind of hard to remember what exactly happened in a season that hasn't aired a new episode in 3 months?
Roughly 100 years.
100 years, yeah. That sounds about right. So we're just going to quickly go through the first 8 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 10. Don't skip ahead. We're going to do it really quick. I promise. Promise.
It'll be entertaining-ish. Let's find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I'm gonna give you a one-word summary of what I thought that episode was about.
Okay, so episode 1, the premiere.
Satellites.
Yep. Episode 2.
Flirting.
Yep. That's definitely part of it. Episode 3.
What happens in 3?
Oh, this is the one where they meet Alpha at the border, and Carol takes a shot at her, and then they go to a gym, and she has a whole after-school special.
Yeah. Drugs.
Yes, drugs. Okay, great. Saved by the Bell. So episode 4, Silence the Whisperers.
Oh, graffiti.
Graffiti, yeah, absolutely. Episode 5, What It Always Is.
Nut tapping.
Yeah, and also...
Damn! Classic Negan.
Oh, best one. All right, episode 6, Bonds.
Is that the one where they interrogate the Whisperer guy?
No, that's the next one. This is the one where Carol and Daryl go on that mission and almost get caught by the Whisperers, and then Carol's like, just kidding, and I was here to capture Whisper the whole time, and Daryl's like, ugh.
Oh, yeah, subterfuge.
Subterfuge, perfect. Episode 7.
24.
Yes, absolutely.
Wait, we would also accept jam.
Yes, absolutely. And then finally, episode 8.
Oh,
this is the one where Sadiq got by Dante.
Oh, yeah, fuck Dante.
Well, actually, that happened at the end of episode 7.
That's true.
So-
But continue. I mean, but then
episode
they,
eight-
but then they fuck Dante.
Ooh, episode 8, Cave.
Oh shoot. Yeah. I'm gonna say spelunking.
Splunk. What? Okay. What is splunking?
Spelunking is when you go in like hiking inside a cave.
Oh, white people.
Like, only crazy people are like, I want to go into that tiny, cramped place where only animals like to hide, and I'm going to make that recreation.
Exactly. All right. That was a perfect one-answer solution to all of the episodes.
Which was your favorite?
That is a really good question. Probably episode 3. It really had a lot. They got straight to the Alpha Carol thing. Carol literally takes a shot at her. Alpha's like, I'm gonna let you live. And then
That's not a bad alpha.
thank you. And then they go to the gym, and she has the whole after school special, and just that moment where she thinks she's talking to Daryl, and Daryl like reveals this like
Oh man.
vital piece of backstory where I was like, oh my gosh, we never get backstory from Daryl, and since Merle. And then we do, and then it turns out that she hallucinated the entire thing because of her sleeping drugs.
Yep.
That was haunting.
But here's the other like amazing thing about Carol is like even when she is high off her fucking gourd and like just like I'm maybe not high, but like she's hallucinating hardcore. She's upside down. She's spinning around. She still no scopes
Right.
a Whisperer from like across a gym.
Yeah,
that
and
is how much of a badass Carol is.
She even hallucinates the cover of a textbook. Like her mind literally did her mind did like mental Photoshop and put all the dead kids she's responsible for. She's responsible for. I'm sorry. These kids didn't ask to be taken care of. And
What's the Carol child body count, by the way? Like, is
okay.
it 5?
Here, it's Sophia, Lizzie, Mika, Sam. I don't know if you want to conclude Ron, so we'll just not.
Let's give Ron a half.
And then Henry, so that's 5. So 5.5 with Ron being the half. So basically in the first half of season 10, the Whisperer War, it's basically the prelude to the Whisperer War. Tensions are flying in all sorts of respects. The Whisperers, Alpha's really putting pressure, quite literally, on our community, and they're trying to figure out how to fight back. They are communicating with Gamma, who's now a new force in the Whisperers, and Aaron's been basically the communication between that on this bridge, and Gamma's finally starting to teeter and kind of maybe see the error of their ways. The season left off with them in a cave. They were searching for Alpha's horde, which Gamma had tipped them off on. It was in the wrong location. Carol saw Alpha, ran after her in the cave, and
Benny Hill chase music. They go inside. Sweet Jerry's in there, and then we find the horde.
Exactly. So that's pretty much where 10A left us. And
Carol putting my sweet Jerry in mortal peril.
Yes.
I am so nervous.
Right. So now we're going to shift over to 10B, the second half of The Walking Dead Season 10. Very excited for this. This is the most excited I've been for a half of a season in a long time.
Woo!
I mean, Season 9 was great, and Season 8 had All Out War, et cetera, but this one, we actually are going to get the Whisperer War. And from what it seems, the footage we've seen, it's not going to be this long, drawn-out thing. I think it's only going to take place in, so many episodes with room for more story afterwards.
I'm very much hopeful that they have learned the lesson of previous seasons where they're like, what if we took an entire season for a week to 2 week conflict?
Absolutely. I think Angela Kay knows what she's doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Steady hand at the tiller, but oh my God, So many people are about to die.
They really are. And typically, if you don't know this, usually each season of The Walking Dead covers between 20 and 25 issues of the comics. So that would leave us, this one basically started around issue 150-ish, 149. So that should take us up to about 174 of the comics, 175, which is right when we meet Princess and right when we get met by the Commonwealth soldiers. So if you guys don't know what any of that means, just stick with this podcast and we'll tell you.
I'm still waiting for the moment where we're going to start our campaign for you, me, and Alexandra to be Commonwealth soldiers in season 11.
Oh my God, I think I'm too short for that.
No. I think, look, the joke of aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper absolutely applies. Like I think this would be great.
Yes.
We're going to start that campaign soon. Don't you watch the space?
All right. So let's give some shot takes about what we think is going to happen in The Walking Dead Season 10B.
I assume that I'm not allowed to go with my normal shot take of Negan's going to run Alexandria by the end of this, right?
You know, I think, well, you just said it, so I think it's going in.
All right. I'm prepared to die on this hill.
Great. What do you think is going to happen in the Whisper War? I mean, we have two sides, classic war, and who do you think is going to come out victorious?
The Whisperers.
Oh, yeah. That's a hot take.
I think it's going to be probably a big move. A lot of people in the variety is going to be like, for once, we watched The Walking Dead. And then they'll be like, oh, my God, how did this happen? What a bold new direction.
Wouldn't that be great?
If all of a sudden, like, if Alpha just unleashes the Horde and it just, like, steamrolls every single community and it's just about, like, really fucking strange nation building with like Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and like whichever one of the survivors like toss in with that, like plus Negan, I'd watch that show.
I agree. And, you know, there's no reason that Alpha shouldn't win this. I mean, she has the numbers. I don't really know how exactly they can fight back. I mean, you can beach battle train as much as you want, but she has over 50,000 walkers at her disposal. I mean, Alpha, you have the lead here. I mean, this is the Patriots. No. Sorry, Woody. This is the Chiefs versus, a AAA team. I mean, she's got it in the bag. I mean, this is her war to lose.
Oh, 100%. Like, this is... I guess the question, though, is, like, is this final battle going to be between the Whisperers who are still around? Like, in looking at that larger fight, I would just lead with, like, the nuke and just have them just, like, steamroll them with the herd. So... just like dialing this stuff down, it seems to me like unless the herd is being sent to Alexandria, maybe because I think that fight's in front of Kingtop. I think they're fighting hand to hand, so it may be weapons to Whisperers or whatever. But I think the herd is maybe gone by that point.
Yes, and what I'm really excited to see, and we saw it in a few trailers, is Negan in full Whisperer mask costume, and not only is he in Whisperer mask costume, he is outside of the hilltop. With other Whisperers who are archers with flaming arrows. It's like that movie Timeline.
Man, the Paul Walker vehicle?
Yes.
Based off the Michael Crichton book?
Oh, yes.
Where they time travel to medieval times?
I'm so glad you had those details ready.
I read that book.
I did too. In the movie. Very disappointing.
Did not watch the movie.
Was not good.
Didn't need to. But Timeline, the book, was a lot of fun. Honestly, we're in a fun new Uncharted territory because unless there's some sort of weirdness going on, like Negan never put on the costume in the books. We never got to that point.
Right, and I'm so glad we're getting to it here. We discussed this before in the comics. It turns out that Negan is a spy for Rick's people, but now that he's wearing the skin and the show does tend to change things a lot, there's a good chance that maybe he's joined the Whisperers for good, or, maybe he is on a mission, but that mission is to just become the leader of the Whisperers, I mean, there's really nothing left for him in Alexandria or Kingtop, so he might as well just command his own group, restart the Savior, screw it.
Here's a fresh shot take. Ezekiel finds some sort of medicine to treat his thyroid cancer.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Probably not, but
Probably not.
It could happen.
Yeah.
McWorld.
We don't know. Okay, so let's get into...
Wait, we haven't heard... Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say we haven't heard your shot take, but we can't go down that road because you've seen all the episodes. Drink.
All right, so now on to Ship Watch. All right, who do we think is getting together and who's breaking up?
Who's fighting? Who's fucking? I'm saying finally the SS Donnie sets sail for that beautiful sunset, and they totally smooch, and they also bang, and it's really, really cute, and dog watches.
And also
Eugene, I guess.
Yeah, Eugene's recording it.
But yeah, it's well documented that Eugene's the pervert, but
yeah. Oh, okay.
he just watches Rosita and Abraham boning for like. He does that in the comics. I think he does it in the TV show too.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I think
Eugene's
he's
a creep.
Okay. Well, yes, I think that's very possible. In the trailer, we saw Eugene and Rosita get dangerously close.
Did that seem ghostish to you? I don't know. Like
ghostish?
There was something about like.
You think one of them's dead?
I think Eugene's leaning in. Rosita has absolutely no reaction to the point that like I started to wonder like is Eugene hallucinating a Rosita?
Oh, it's like I see. So it's kind
like
of
a Lori type situation.
I don't want to tip this off, but the mid-season premiere does come with an extra sexually explicit content warning, which has I don't think really ever happened in The Walking Dead. I'd
Are
have
you
to
serious?
check. Yeah. So that means something nasty is gonna go down, and I know what it is, but I mean,
Drink.
It could be anything.
Even for the when The Walking Dead has to tell you like, hey guys, you're gonna see some shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, buckle up.
So yes, seems like the second half of The Walking Dead season 10 is going to carry us through the Whisperer War, and hopefully we do get to meet Commonwealth. Do you think we will by the end of this? You will.
I would bet your paycheck that we will see some envoy of the Commonwealth at some point before the end of this season.
Yes, and I'm most excited for Princess. Who do you think is not making out of the season, Woody? I think we've probably talked about this before.
Oh my God.
Your answer did used to be Sweet Sweet Jerry, but now that we've seen him in several trailers, just chilling in the background, where it's like, unless he's a ghost, seems like he made it out of the cave. Who do you think is not making it alive?
I mean, Sweet Jerry is not going to make it through this season.
You still think that he's, after surviving the cave, potentially?
I think he's double doomed because he got out of the cave.
Double doomed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't like this. I don't want Jerry to die, but I just think that like he's teased the Reaper too many times.
I see.
This is
like Final Destination, where it's like you escape death once, but death's going to come way harder for you the second time.
Yeah. To shamelessly name drop, like this is the way that I think about it. Like a buddy of mine who I play video games with is Max on Homeland. And
no way.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Every season, it was in the Wall Street Journal, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago, where basically like he had gotten the call 3 different times. They're like, hey, you're dead. Like, you're going to get killed in the Pakistani embassy. A Russian GRU agent's going to, like, crush your throat. Like, and every time it's like, okay, I'm written off the show. And then, like, 2 days later, they'd be like, we just can't do it, bud. Sorry. Like, you're still on the show. And now he's in the final season having, like, he's a major part of this final season. And I am certain that he is fucking dead before the end of this.
Oh, wow.
And then when he got promoted to series regular, I texted him being like, you're never making it out of this thing alive. But he keeps on chugging along. I think that Jerry is like that.
Oh, interesting.
Where we love Jerry so much that they're like, we could kill him for maximum emotional impact. And then they're like, nah, but he's real good.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he survives the season.
Someone would have to come in his place to be kind of the comic relief, like the friendly guy. Like there isn't really anyone else, I guess, except Negan. I mean, Negan's comic relief, but in a different way. All right, so now let's get on to some voicemails. So this week we asked fans what predictions would make them happy for 10B, and we're going to listen to a few of them. How about that? Why don't you stick that in your cereal and drink it?
Do you drink cereal?
Well, yeah, especially if it's...
How long do you keep it in the milk for?
Like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Oh my gosh. You know what? There's a great bar, by the way, in Los Angeles called Nighthawk.
Ooh.
It's in Venice, and it's a breakfast all-day bar.
Wow.
And they serve spiked chilled milk. So you can get like
Spiked? Okay, so like eggnog sort of?
kind of, but like they put like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or like Cocoa Puffs in it, and they leave it over there for like 12 hours overnight, and they chill it and they spike it with like vanilla vodka or something like that. It is amazing. We will go when football season is back. We will go. We'll get some college football in our lives, and we will have a couple spiked milks, and we'll have a great afternoon.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to that. Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm having a kid. There's no way that I'm going to
I was like,
be
wait a
able to do
minute.
that.
Woody, I'm never going to see you again.
Yeah, that's not happening.
All right, so the first voicemail comes from Laura.
Hi, this is Lauren. The
Lauren.
one thing I'd like to see most on season 10B is for Carol and Daryl to go off on one of the ships and be pirates.
I love it. Lauren, excellent job. Get back on board that ship. Let's head down to southwestern United States and let's just go make friendship bracelets. You know what? Would you see a show about Carol and Daryl being pirates in the high seas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I love how she was like, oh, yeah, they're just going to get on a ship, which is, how fans describe relationships as well.
Yep.
And then she's like, and then be pirates. Like, what else were they going to do? That's amazing. Thank you, Lauren. That was fantastic.
Excellent answer. I would love to see that.
Very, very big fan of that. All right, the next one comes from Vanessa.
I would like to see Carol be so distraught and upset over another death that she goes after Alpha, has a fantastic fight, and then kills her. Maybe Daryl can help too.
Yes, way to tag it, Vanessa.
Can we talk about Vanessa's impeccable comic timing?
Yeah, that was great.
That was
and
perfect.
Daryl can help too, because she's thinking about it, and she's like, this seems kind of like a big task. I think Carol's going to need help with this one. Daryl.
In the sense that, like, Daryl also helps at the end of all those things, like when Michonne killed all those kids, and then Daryl showed up being like, what was that noise?
Oh, yeah. It's like, hey, Daryl, find another time to take a shit.
Yeah. After, like, Carol just, like, literally stomps Alpha's head into bloody gristle, then, like, Daryl shows up being like, what? Oh.
What'd I miss?
Good dog.
Dog.
Yeah. Look, Vanessa, I'm almost certain that you will get your wish. I'm not sure who's going to kill Alpha. I really hope that it's Carol because, oh my God, how satisfying is that going to be? But yeah, I think Vanessa's going to have a lovely 10B.
That would be absolutely. And, do you think Carol, so do you think Alpha and Beta are going down this season? They're not surviving?
I think Alpha's definitely dead by the end of the season.
Because in the comics, Beta kind of stuck around for a while. He's actually, when we were talking about the Whisperer War, Alpha's not even involved. Like, her beheading was the inciting incident that led to the Whisperer War, where Beta was like, fuck it. I'm the leader now. Let's go to Hilltop and burn this shit to the ground.
Yeah, that was like the beheading of Alpha is like the Franz Ferdinand moment for the Whisperer War. Wow. It's a World War I reference.
That's great. Look it up, guys. All right. Our third and final voicemail comes from a fan that I've never heard of, Mama Deadhead.
Hey!
Hey, it's Mama Deadhead. So, what I desperately want to see in 10B that would just make me the happiest girl on the planet is Princess. I'm so incredibly excited for her. I've been seeing all the pictures and the sneak peeks, and I feel it in my bones. I know that it's coming. I want to see her and all of her pink fuzzy jacket, purple hair glory, and I want her to just, it's going to be so bad if she doesn't live up to expectations of the comics, but I know that she will. I have so much faith in the actress behind it. She's wonderful. And
Paula.
Almost more than that is my dream team, like my dream pair-up from the comics can now actually happen, which is King Ezekiel and Princess. I think that Princess's spunk is exactly what he needs right now, and I think that would be a pick-me-up for him. Bye, guys.
Wow. Mama Deadhead, this is probably one of your best voicemails yet, and they're all amazing. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know if we are going to include this in the edit, but I whooped when she mentioned Princess and King Ezekiel coming together. Oh, my God. I didn't even think of that.
I never thought about that either, and that's perfect. So in the comics, Princess, who you guys, if you're unfamiliar, she is this bubbly, purple jacket wearing, spear wielding badass who they find on their way to meet Eugene's, pen pal, radio partner.
Catfish.
In Ohio. And when they get there, they have to travel through Pittsburgh to get there, and it's at Pittsburgh, which is, by the way, completely abandoned, which is great for me as a Browns fan because I like to think that the Steelers fans aren't as tough as they think they are. And yeah, I went there.
We're poking all the bears today.
Come at me, Pittsburgh. Let's go.
Look, there's three. There's one core character element to Princess, which is her like effervescence and like just generally like facing the apocalypse with like a big smile.
Yeah.
But I think there's three physical characteristics to Princess that I think are very key. Mm-hmm. One, the big pink like shag carpet like jacket thing that she wears, which is fantastic and amazing. Mm-hmm. Two, the goggles.
Yes.
Those like Mad Maxian like giant big old goggles, and then the spear.
Yes. Her
cool little spear thing.
All right, so Mama Deadhead, I have some good news for you. By the way, Mama Deadhead is a huge Princess fan. She cosplayed as her for Halloween like 2 years ago.
No shit.
Yeah, and I have to say, Paula Lazzaro's interpretation of her is very literal and it is very amazing. And you are not going to be disappointed. There is, they definitely opened up the comic book and was like, that's what you're doing. And
That's awesome.
it is, and it's very exciting. And her entrance, she does get, even though she may not have a ton of time in this season, the time that she does have is excellent, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
What I think is going to be really interesting is to watch this bright flash of color and positivity and effervescence land squarely within the doom and gloomness of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So when you inject a lot of life and joy into this, I'm very curious to see how that's going to play. Is it going to be an intriguing way that she bounces off these characters where the comedy really sings? Or is it going to be what the hell is this thing grafted onto the rest of the story? I think it will be the former, not the latter.
Yeah, and just to let you know, when she came onto the comics, it was very jarring. A lot of fans were pretty torn on it, actually, because it is such a sort of dark story, and here comes this essentially cartoon character who comes in. I mean, we later find out that Princess has a ton of demons, but she chooses to hide them and be the most positive version of herself possible. But we'll see where the fans land on it. I'm excited. Back half of the season, we'll definitely be talking about it a lot, and hopefully have Paula on.
That would be awesome. Paula, if you listen to this podcast, 1, holy shit. 2, please, you are welcome on the program anytime.
Yes, and if we're saying your name wrong, please come and correct us in person.
Yes.
Yes.
Or online. In any platform or method you want to tell us to keep your name out our mouths, you go ahead and do that. Been a couple weeks since we've had a Mama Deadhead voicemail.
I know. So speaking of voicemails, guys, we'd love for you to call in, especially in this back half of the season. We're going to have a lot of juicy questions. And if you want to do that, make sure you leave us a note at 213-536-1275. That is our voicemail line. I know it seems a little daunting. This isn't really a world of voicemail anymore, but I promise you, you get directed right to the voicemail. You don't have to talk to anybody, and you could leave multiple versions of the voicemail or take a minute to pause, because through the magic of editing, we can make you sound amazing. All right, we are going to give Alexandra a break from her weekend, and we are going to end this thing. So I think we touched on a lot of big notes that's going to happen in the second half of The Walking Dead Season 10. From what I've seen, I think it is a stronger half than the first half. Time will tell.
And
if
a
you
strong
guys
half
agree.
to start, too.
It was a strong half to start, but I think this one is even stronger. I would say the first half was all build-up, and the second half is all payoff. So if you're like, well, are we going to get an ending to this story or this or that or the other? Yes is the answer.
Just watch.
Just watch the show. It's going to be great. All right, and we cannot wait to watch the show with you guys, discuss it afterwards, and have some really exciting guests on. Talk Dead to Me is only going to get bigger, and we have really exciting things planned for the future. So thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe on any podcasting platform you have. Make sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, @TheWalkingDead. That's us. Yep. No Walking Dead 69 or anything like that.
We tried. We couldn't get that one.
We really couldn't. AMC has that one.
We had to settle for just The Walking Dead.
Yeah. So we're at The Walking Dead. Make sure to follow us there. What do you got? Anything else?
I got a couple things just to throw out there.
Okay.
I can't wait to experience this second half with the rest of the fans. There have been some really, really great comments on the YouTube video. We're having fun discussions over there, so stop by if you want to. Please remember to rate us 5 stars. You have told me who is our projected guest potentially for the 10B premiere.
Yes,
and I was very excited.
It is very exciting.
We can't say who it is because that person might cancel on us last minute, but who knows? But I think if this person does show up, I'm gonna lose it because they are great.
It's very exciting. Really quick, Woody. Last scene of the season. Where are we? What are we doing?
We are surveying the broken, destroyed embers of Kingtop. We are standing over the fallen body of Sweet Jerry. Negan is on his knees as Michonne holds 2 Seal in front of him and can't really decide, but she knows I can't let this keep going, and she goes to pull it up, and you hear wait, and they all turn around. And Maggie Rhee and 6 Commonwealth stormtroopers are there, and she goes, "He's mine."
Oh, I would lose it. Oh man, that's great. That is fantastic. Boy, do I wish that was the end. All right, that was it. See you guys later. As always, happy birthday, Nate.
Happy birthday, Nate.
See you next week. I think you should be That is phenomenal. That is like a fall out of your chair moment if that were to happen.
That's all the React videos are just people running back and forth like, oh my god,
Yeah.